Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're looking at 4 pistols here. This is a special episode of the Gauntlet as well as the next 2 coming up after it, where it's a bit much of a rivals session, so we're doing multiple products at the same time, comparing them to each other. Is it a fair example in some of them? Yes, maybe in this first one with the pistols, maybe not, but we're looking at 4 pistols today. This one's a 19 Gen 4, but I can't really show you much more about that. If you know what it is, you know what it is. I'm pretty sure this thing's going to do absolutely outstanding today. The next one is the FN509 from EMG and Double Eagle. On here we've got the aim win, torch and optic that I reviewed. And I think once I'd fitted it to this pistol, I was like, it kind of suits it. I'm just going to leave it like that. So this is the only one out of the 4 that has a threaded barrel. So we'll be chucking a trace unit on there. I bought an extra couple of trace units, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The third is the PTS Zev. So this is done by, obviously, PTS. Some people tell me that this is also produced by Double Eagle. This, I think, is massively overpriced for what it is. But again, I'll tie that up in the conclusion. And then the last one was one that I just threw in there. They're all kind of, apart from this one, they're all kind of smallish pistols, small frame pistols. This is the EMG Staccato C2 from EMG and Army Armament. Now, I've looked at Army Armament high cappers before, and they were very good. And to be honest, over the years, they've only got better. So these are the 4 I'm going to be looking at. We're going to pitch them in on the Gauntlet against each other. Now, the 19 Gen 4, I've got plenty of magazines to supply that, so we're going to take a couple of those magazines and donate them to the Zev, because I've only got one that the Zev came with, but I'm pretty sure they'll take Marui magazines. The 509, I've only got 3 magazines for, and the Staccato, I've only got 3 magazines for as well. So 1 normal mag that comes with the C2, and then I've got 2 with the slightly bigger ones, which are slightly extended. They've all got pretty good mag capacity, apart from the 509. It's the only thing that lends it, sort of goes against it. You've got 17 rounds if you're lucky enough to get 17 in the mag. Obviously, I can't remember how many's in the 19. I think like 20-ish. But we do, trial it with some 17 style mags as well, which are about 25. The Staccato, I'm not sure. I'd have to double check, but I'm sure you can find that information online. And the Zev, of course, is just a normal G series mag. And we're going to get straight into it. So I'll head on over to, I've already done it, but, in the terms of editing, we're going to head over to the Gauntlet now. On this day, it was insanely hot. Now, I'm sure you're all fully aware. So yesterday, which was the 11th of July, which was a Friday, outside it was about 32 degrees. Upstairs, where I'm shooting these things, I'm going to say it was hotter. It was like stepping into like a warm conservatory type thing, but I don't have an official readout. Maybe that's something I'll do in future. I'll take some kind of thermometer with me so I can show you guys the temperature, but it was hot. I would say it was pushing mid-30s, which, I do suffer with, so you guys are just going to have to put up with that. But we'll get to that footage, cue Netc, and then I'll be back a little bit after just to wrap up what we've found. Right. Have a box of goodies here today. We have a 19 Gen 4. Can't tell you what it is. We have the FN509 from Double Eagle. Got a tracer on there as well. We've got the PTS Zev. I don't know if I'll get round to this one, but if we do, great. And we've got an EMG Staccato. This is the small one, the C2. And we're just going to have some fun with some pistols. So we've got a couple of mags for each. I've got more mags than I need for the 19, so what we'll probably do, because I've only got 1 mag for the Zev, is we'll just run the Zev maybe with some TM mags. So we're going to get straight into it. So pick the 19 mags up. I picked this pistol up, but I can't talk about it. because reasons. But we'll run it in the Gauntlet nonetheless. It's going to be a challenge for a pistol today because I've got 19 targets, so we'll do as good as we can. Oh, I like that. So fucking snappy. Could do the tad more hop, but we ain't going to worry about it. The slide is catching my hand. Cool, cool, cool. Not a bad little run at all. Oh, look at that. We're on the last round in the mag. I might have to fit the beaver tail on this because the slide was pinching my hand at the back, which isn't something I normally struggle with a Glock, but or a G series pistol. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take an extra couple of mags. I'm going to run it again. 51. That's a very good time for a pistol. Oh, we'll just run out then. Using 17 mags now. Trying to be quick made me inaccurate. Oh no! No! Oh, I ran out. That was me trying to be flamboyant. Ran out on the last target. This thing's great. Now this is the older, compared to my 17 MOS, this is the older model, which is the Gen 4. But I know they are doing a Gen 5 MOS, which, you know, for a fact we're going to have to pick that up. I just won't be able to review it on the bench for you guys unless we can figure out a workaround. Right. FN509. Let's turn this on. We only have 17 round mags, so we're going to need all three. If you do the math, we've got, I mean, look at that for a time. If you do the math, we're going to need 19 shots times 2. The mag only has 17 shots, so we're definitely going to need the third mag. But we'll see how this thing does. Nowhere near as snappy, but it's to be expected. And very much more inaccurate than the 19, but comparing apples to oranges here. Runs nice with that heavy tracer on the front. It might be alright here. You can definitely feel the weight on the front of the barrel. Right, come on. Very nice. I don't think that was a bad time. I didn't do as well, but the side reciprocates a lot slower. You've got a bit of weight on the front, weight in the slide, but I mean, it kind of works well. This is that aim wind torch I was on about. I can't remember. Oh, there we go. So we can test it with the laser. Is the laser accurate? No, very much not so. Needs to be zeroed. Performs all right though. This is going to be, the tracer has worked its way loose. This is going to be more one of those sidearms that you take to maybe like a more milsim type game than running fast speedy boy runs in CQB. But there we have it. Let's remove the torch off the 19. We're going to slap it on the Zev. And these aren't even, this isn't even the like advanced extreme Zev. This one was like, I think you get them in the UK for about 250, or you get them in Asia for about 150. It's expensive over here, but it's, we still did a 61. It's not the extreme one. Let's go for it. See what you got, Zev. Bit of gas spit there. Not bad at all. I'm told this is done by Double Eagle as well, which if that's true you can kind of see similarities. Oh nice. Very accurate indeed. Bloody hell. Let's change anyway. So I've got a 17 mag Marui. Kind of makes you feel like John Wick coming through like, very good. Not bad at all there. Wow. It's clipping the valves when you're putting it in and out, but let's add a little bit more hop, shall we? Can we add more hop? Are we going to be able to do that? I remember this from before. It was kind of a knob to take apart. Can we just drop the barrel? There we go. I'm guessing turn it up that way. Let's give that a go. Yeah, I don't like this how it doesn't come apart easy, like the spring guide gets stuck, gets wedged. Just compared to other G models, you don't have to suffer with that. Hasn't really made a difference, but what I will say is this grip texture, my hands are getting sweaty and it's like trying to hold a fish. It is so slippy. Plenty accurate with the occasional flyer. Not a bad little pistol at all. I think expensive for what they are, and the grip is to be desired. I'm not a fan of the grip. I'm a fan of the looks of the thing, but the grip is kind of ugly, and it's not very comfortable at all. This thing is red hot, but we're going to get on to the last one. I thought, do all these in one video, we'll have some fun, otherwise it's going to be a long day. I've still got 2 more videos to shoot today. Staccato C2. Oh, did I not start the round that time? Oh, I'm sure I did. I definitely started that round because we completed it, but you have to rely on Netsy for the time. See what this army armament can do. Wow, that's snappy. Wow, this is actually really freaking good for a small frame pistol. Very nice. Gonna change anyway. Oh shit, I did really bad on that one. Right, let's double time. See if we can find out what time that was. For a cheap pistol, this really ain't bad at all. It's actually pretty impressive. A 48 with the extra target. That's probably the best thing that's happened today, but this thing's really good. If you want to, it's a high capper, they are cheap. It's got lovely staccato trades thanks to EMG. And you can get, I've got the slightly extended mags here because when I ordered it, they didn't have those flush mags in, but honestly, having those extra couple of rounds, it's a welcome advantage. Jesus, that thing is really good. I'm going to take a quick break now, and then we've got 2, I'm going to call them rival episodes coming up at the Gauntlet. We've got the Guns Modify 416 versus the Guns Modify Scar. We've got Toxicant versus Salvo. Right, let's make sure all these guns are safe, no ammo. Let's get them squared away. So yeah, some interesting videos coming up. Hope you guys are still enjoying the content nonetheless. Some of you do, some of you don't. Can't please everybody, can you? But if you do, as always, smack it down in the comments down below and let me know. For today, for pistols, I call that a wrap. So I hope you all enjoyed that footage there. We had some fun with some pistols. First of all, we started off with the 19. Now, I bought this because, again, I can't really talk about it because, you know, otherwise the video gets taken down, but or I can't show it in detail, but you guys know what it is. It's a Marui 19 Gen 4. It's completely blank, so there's no trademarks on it. And we ran that. I've been running the 17 for a while now, and I know how good it is. I picked up the USP Compact, and how well that did, I decided to pick up the 19. I'd never had the 19. I'd reviewed them like years ago, not really done much with them, but I'd never owned one, so I decided to pick one up. They're coming out with the Gen 5 MOS soon, so I'll be picking up one of those as well. But this gun shot phenomenally, even I'd say marginally better than the USP Compact, so it did very, very well, which, I mean, we all kind of knew it was going to do well. After that, we went to the 509. It didn't shoot bad, to be honest. It was a little bit sluggish, which in the heat, you'd expect it to be a bit better. Now, it did have a bit of a disadvantage of having a tracer unit hanging off the front there with that T238 Storm tracer. I also bought a mini, I think it's the Nano, is it, that 238 do? But it just wouldn't thread on for some reason, so they're like a moulded thread. It was a very loose thread, and what I found with the T238 tracers is the thread depth is really shallow. So when I put it on a rifle later on, which we'll get to those videos in due course, but when we fitted it to a rifle, you could only screw it down so far before it stopped, and then you got this gap on the thread. So I think that's something that T238 need to look at. But it shot okay. It wasn't as accurate, wasn't as snappy, but it functioned. This to me is something that I'd maybe carry in an environment where I'm at a weekend game, or maybe I'm on a walk on outdoors and I'm just carrying it in a holster and probably got, a 10% chance of pulling it out and shooting it unless you're plinking out in the field. After that, we went to the Zev. I don't have great things to say about it. It's quite a unique looking sort of 17 style pistol from PTS. The performance wasn't too bad. The hop was annoying to adjust. It was what you kind of expect, but there are shops in the UK selling this pistol for £250. So £250 for this, which is the standard version, is just outrageous for what you're getting. It's far too expensive. £250 for this is just ridiculous in today's age. I paid the exact same amount of money for my Crytek Maxim 9, and you can tell straight away that you're getting more material for your dough. I thought this was expensive, but this at $250 is just, I would just avoid it. You can get them over in Asia a bit cheaper. You're sort of looking between the 150-ish mark. Some places have it cheaper, some places have it more expensive. I only had one PTS mag, which it ran gassy, so it kept spitting gas. But then I switched over to a Marui mag, which I have got one here in this 18. Switch over to a Marui mag, and it worked okay. To be honest, it worked better. The only thing I'll say is when inserting the Marui mags is when you're inserting it, like it was pushing down the valve at the back, so you could hear it actuating the valve inserted into the pistol. So performance pretty meh. Shooting experience pretty meh. The hop up is annoying to adjust. Now, yes, you could do it through here. I was trying to show it on camera, sort of taking it out and doing it, but ran into a bit of issue. But that's not to say that we couldn't set it up properly in future. The one bugbear I have about this pistol is the grip. The grip is really wide, and I mean, I'm not even there. I'm just in a warm room here, so my hands aren't incredibly sweaty, but the grip is just so slick. There's no grip to it. Like the 509, you've got these rough textures. You've got plenty of grip, and again, it's why I've started testing these pistols without gloves on, so you can get a true feedback on the grip. And the grip on this is just, honestly, it's pretty pathetic. Now, I don't know if that's like it on the real one, if there is a real counterpart of this. I'm sure there is. What I would probably do is like all these panels here where you've got this texture, maybe I would sand them flat and then stipple it, because other than that, it was just, when I got sweaty hands as I was shooting them, it was really hard to hold on to it and get comfortable. But it has got a weird grip. It's not comfortable at all. Now, getting on to the last one was the absolute surprise of the Staccato C2. The grip doesn't have much of a texture, but I didn't struggle with it at all. I didn't feel like the thing was going to fly out my hands if I started waving it around. It's a small, compact, high capper style pistol from EMG and Army Armament. You got the Staccato trades. It's a licensed replica. It was really, really snappy. I'm using Army Armament mags, and the thing was so accurate and punchy and snappy. I know I keep saying punchy a lot, but it's just a term I've started using. But it was such a great experience shooting this thing, and these are very inexpensive. What are you talking, like 100 to 120 maybe? you could get 2 of these for the price of 1 of these, and honestly, this pistol far outperforms in every aspect this Zev. The only reason I bought this Zev was because it was a little bit funky and different, but honestly, I much preferred this. It's such a better buy if you like high cappers. Now, high cappers do tend to have pretty good triggers. And yeah, it was such a surprise. I'd actually bought this, I'd reviewed it on the channel. It went back into its box and I hadn't touched it. It was a brand new pistol. And Jack in the Discord had expressed some interest in purchasing it off me. But then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take it to the Gauntlet and just see how it does. And honestly now, I don't want to part with it. Even if I don't ever shoot it again, it was such a great little sidearm. If you're thinking about getting something like this, now I can't speak for all the models they do, and they do have a lot of models. This is an absolute steal for what they cost. So very well done to Army Armament and EMG. This was an absolute dream. The gun that performed the best in my opinion was the 19 Gen 4. I can't really go into any details on that, but I'm sure you'll know why. If you don't, well, I can't really explain it either. But if I do, the video get taken down. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We've got more stuff coming up. If you're seeing this video, you'll have already seen that we did the UMP 45 and how ecstatic I was with that. In the Rivals version of the Gauntlet, we've got 2 more Rival episodes coming up. We've got the Toxicant and Salvo MCXs, and we've also got the Guns Modify Scar and 416. So thank you very much for watching. I know it's been a long video, but hopefully to give you a bit more context to it. And I know Netsy was hungry to do a bit of on the bench stuff, so we'll see what you can do with that. So as always, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to the guys at HC2 for letting me go and film there. It really is heavily appreciated. Hope you like the content. Like the video and subscribe if you enjoy it. Stick around. Let me know in the comments down below which was your favourite of the day. And as always, from me, HC2, Netsy, and the bench, we'll be seeing you in the next one.